Our trip starts out from Deer Lake. Flying by float plane, myself, the pilot and videographer and owner of Bow Buddy Archery, Jack McCrae, will have a 30-minute flight. And will eventually touch down at Indian Pond, where some of our hunt will take place. Owner of Souwester and new owner of Carabou Valley Outfitters, Dean Wheeler meets us at the dock.
We operate two outfitting services, Souwester Outfitting and Carabou Valley Outfitters. Family owned and operated, we have been providing world-class hunts since the early 1990s. We currently operate 5 lodges throughout Newfoundland. At all of our lodges, we offer single or combination hunts for moose, woodland caribou, and black bear. Once you book a hunt with Souwester or Carabou Valley, your moose, caribou, or bear licenses are guaranteed.
It's our first morning here hunting, and we just left, maybe 250, 300 yards, and we just spotted 2 moose on the hill, so maybe that's a good sign.
Hopefully, and they should be out today. It's speaking for a little rain tomorrow, so generally the day before they're out and about. So we got our guide here, Brad Sampson, and we're gonna make it happen.
We're gonna do it. He knows where everything is, doesn't he?
For sure.
Didn't see too much about him.
Because of the lack of intrusion by hunters and or by people in general, the animals are not very spooky. We were able to walk right up to this caribou.
We got 2 moose there. It's a cow and a calf. It's a big cow and there's a healthy calf there as well.
Wow. Boy, that cow is big, isn't it? You don't realize how large they are, but
that's a large animal. They're approximately, that's about 600 yards from us now.
Yeah.
A meat hunter or something like that. And without the calf, they might consider it. Certainly not on a Monday, not on the first day.
Not on the first day.
And it's certainly not what we're looking for today. So
no.
We're pass
off for the week.
No, that's for sure. So we're going to pass those up and travel a little bit further, and hopefully run into a nice bull for you.
They're up there.
They're out there, for sure. That's 4 now. So
yeah, that's 4 we've seen today. So that's good.
We're moving out, so we'll see more before the evening's out, I'm sure.
Good.
The walk we're on will take us to the top of the mountain, straight in front of us. Here we will sit and glass the valley below, and the many lakes looking for moose.
I'm sitting here with my socks off, just kind of basking in the sun. And Dean and Brad were over there spotting. So they just came back to tell us that there's 2 moose down there in one of those lakes. What are they, cows? That's pretty neat right there. They're swimming.
More than that later.
They're out there eating the lily pads right now.
Okay.
Eating lily pads.
They're feeding. This is time of day when the moose are starting to come out, and hopefully now beyond those couple cows, we'll have a bull.
That's amazing. They are beautiful animals, aren't they?
They are beautiful, and they're in their own environment there. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, they're completely relaxed.
That's correct.
But they're what, about 500 yards probably?
Oh, further than that.
Are they? That'd be a pretty easy stalk though.
It's a decent stalk.
We stay and watch the cow and the calf for a long time. Then catch sight of another moose over 1,000 yards away. This time, a good bull.
Wind seems to be blowing right into our face.
Yeah, it's a great stalk.
This is gonna be
the animal we're looking for.
This is gonna be perfect.
This can be a perfect stalk.
Yeah, because I think we can come over. There's enough cover going up to him.
Yes, it is.
That we can get right up there on top of him, I believe, just on this side, which is hitting the wind just right.
That's something about here, like the vegetation. You can use the vegetation in your favor.
Yeah.
And you can also use the lay of the land, so
right.
It's ideal for stalking and for bow hunting.
Yeah.
So let's not waste any more time.
Let's go, man. Don't wait on me.
All right.
By the time we close the distance to the halfway mark, we watch the moose move off to the left. Dean and Brad thinks that he may have laid down right here in this area.
It's been about an hour. Well, he went down this ravine and he looks like he laid down. So we're squatting down here, we're waiting for him to get up. I'm not sure exactly where he is. He could be right there, or he could be a little further down. We just don't know. Hopefully he'll get up within the next hour.
Brad tells me that Dean has gone down below to slowly walk up the ravine to see if the moose was still there. But before Dean could get in position, the moose stands up not more than 30 yards away from me. Don't touch that dial, because after the break, the story continues. Welcome back. I've got a big bull moose that stops and gives me a shot at 50 yards, but I pass. This is a good bull, but not quite what I'm looking for.
Was that awesome or what? He wasn't large enough. I had him probably about 50 yards. But he just didn't have the kind of antlers that I wanted. But I'd let that one pass. It was a good bull, but it's not what we're looking for. It was probably 35 inches. So it's just not what we wanted.
It was only a 6-pointer.
It was only a 6-pointer. Boy, that was exciting. That was awesome. We've already seen we've seen eight bulls already today. They're everywhere. This has been amazing. Awesome. What a rush. I'm shaking, even though I knew I wasn't going to shoot, I'm shaking like crazy. What am I going to do when that big one comes out? I don't know. Is that crazy?
It was crazy.
That was awesome. He was a nice moose. He was 32, probably 34, 36 inches.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he had 6 or 8 points, but it's early in the hunt yet.
It's that first day.
Yeah, you decided to pass it off, and that's great.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a big one yet, but
Yeah, boy, he was a big moose.
he was a big moose.
He just didn't have the size antlers that we
That's
wanted.
right, yeah.
He
And,
didn't have the right credentials.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you could have had that one though.
He's 50 yards, yeah.
Yeah.
We were shooting,
Was it?
grouping like that
Yeah.
at 50 yards. And
Yes. Let's move on. We did spot another couple down over the hill there.
I'm ready, man. This is too neat.
We have something for every hunter. Our facilities are from luxurious to traditional hunting camps. At all our lodges, we have indoor plumbing, hot and cold running water, showers, and generated electricity. We have a cook at each lodge, and 3 meals a day will be prepared for you. Hot cereals, bacon, eggs, ham, sausages for breakfast, and maybe soup and sandwich for lunch. If you're in the field, a lunch will be prepared. Our evening meals can consist of anything from turkey to fish, roast beef, roast pork, ham, and maybe even some steak.
Speaking of food, Dean introduces me to a treat along the trail.
Dean, what are you picking up here?
These are marsh berries, and in Newfoundland there are a number of berries that are edible. Marsh berries are generally found on swampy, boggy areas like this. Of course, you go up on a little higher ground, the brush, you find blueberries. And in the rocky areas, you also find partridge berries, and there are others as well. But when you're out and about in the fall of the year, all these berries are ripe, and they're good eating. So it's a little treat along the way.
Yeah, it is. So the caribou, they don't eat these.
No, black bear, of course, they feast on the berries, especially this time of the year as they're trying to fatten up and hibernate for the winter.
Right.
But the caribou and the moose, no, they don't have the berries.
I'll tell you what, I kept looking for Jack, and he was back up on the hill picking blueberries.
Yeah.
Those things are good. They're good and sweet this time of year.
They are sweet.
I mean, they're ready to eat too.
Especially when the frost hits them, they're delicious.
Really?
Yeah, great.
These are really, really good blueberries up here to eat. They really got a real sweet flavor.
As on all of our hunts, we shoot our bows after a long trip to make sure they're still on target. On this week's hunt, we're trying out a brand new bow design for 2007.
Shoot one more. Like I said, this is about 50 yards right here. I'm just having to compensate a little bit.
I'd say that's pretty good. Now, what I'm doing is we're flirting around with making the DL24, the draw lock 24, into a hand drawn 24, as well as a draw lock, meaning that we've put a longer cam and a longer idler wheel, bigger idler wheel, to give me a longer draw length. Now, right now, this bow is set up around 30-inch draw. It's about 2 inches too short, and I'm feeling the strain a little bit, so I'm not really at my most comfortable point. But it's doing very well, as you can see. It's pretty doggone accurate. This bow will be able to be either a draw lock bow or a hand drawn, meaning that if someone buys this bow as a hand drawn and then comes up gimped where they can't shoot a bow because of a shoulder problem or a back problem, all they're going to be able to have to do is just stick a draw lock on it. Now they've got basically a vertical crossbow that shoots better than any crossbow. And as you can hear, this bow is quiet and smooth and fast. It shoots really fast. So we're excited about this. This is going to be our new line coming up this year, and be looking for it because it's coming out and it's proven to be exactly what we wanted. Let's go see if we can kill some moose. We have spotted an awesome bull.
Yes, it's right over there on the other side of the valley. Looks like it's a taker, so we're gonna go after it.
How big do you think he is, width-wise? Maybe 40 inches plus?
He could be 40 inches. It could be 40 inches plus, for sure. So
that's what we're looking for. That's why we passed on the one earlier, didn't we?
Yes, that's the one we're gonna get. All right.
Hey, y'all stay with us. We got a long way to go, but y'all hang with us. We've walked probably about 800 yards. We're not gaining much distance, but we are getting there. And from here, I mean, you can see the white paddles on him. He looks like he's a really good bull. But we're not near about halfway there. We got a long way to go. So y'all hang with us. In order to get to the big moose, we had to make our way down waterfalls, cross a big creek, and walk around several lakes. Pretty hard work, but worth every step. And finally we reached our destination, and the moose had not gone far. He was still there feeding on browse. Now the work begins. So now's the time to go. This way I was just sneaking around. Okay. He's working this way. At this time, the moose still has no idea we're there. Yeah, I'm gonna let him go down. Hang on. He'll see me. I'm saying 50 yards. And Jack, with the rangefinder, is telling me it's 55. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful shot. Oh, shot him for 55 yards. Beautiful. I nailed him. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so nervous. It's just unbelievable. What can I say? What can I say about that? This is why we practice, to make that well-placed shot. But it's an unfortunate fact, but sometimes bad things happen. One of the bad things about hunting is that sometimes it happens when you make a good shot on the animal, but you just can't find him.
Yes, it was a good shot, and we've been searching now for about 6 hours. The brush is thick, and I don't think we're going to have any luck there.
No, well, the problem was yesterday we ran out of time. The fog came in. We couldn't do anything. We had 3 hours to go back to camp. So I didn't want to be out here at dark, and I know you guys didn't.
That's right.
I don't care how
That's
well
right,
well you know the area. You just don't want to be out here to see any
Exactly.
holes and stuff like that.
One of the gun hunters had some good luck. This is one of Souwester's
That was it, just one
A1
shot.
guides,
Well, now,
Terry
see,
Childs.
this is a small moose, but certainly a trophy for a lot of people. Especially if you were to shoot one like this with a bow, it would definitely be a trophy. We passed on one the first day that you saw on the show that was a little larger than this, but it just wasn't what we were looking for. And then I made a good shot on a really nice wide 40-inch plus bull moose. And so this isn't what I was after, but certainly it's definitely a trophy. They've got some big bulls in here, don't they?
Yes, some nice balls.
And so what we were actually across the valley over there, and we heard the shot, and so we hooked it up this way, and the other guys are going back to get all the equipment and stuff to come in and take care of him. But I tell you what, this is a marvelous place to hunt here in Newfoundland. Incredible. Folks, if you want an awesome hunt for caribou, moose, or black bear, call the guys here at Souwester in Carabou Valley, and they will hook you up. The number will be on the screen. Hey, y'all take care. We'll see y'all next week for another exciting knockout hunting adventures.
If you'd like information on other hunting and fishing opportunities in Newfoundland or Labrador, contact the Newfoundland and Labrador Tourism Commission at 1-800-563-6353. For more information on the 24-inch bow, contact Hickory Creek Archery or go to drawlock.com.